Hey friends, how are you today? Happy to see everybody and happy to be here. Happy Friday. I saw Michael Stevens in the chat. Hi and welcome in. And we have a new friend in the chat, Anna Heaton. Hi, how are you? Welcome in. Anna's joining us from Holland. Excited to have you here. I see Ashish. How are you? Welcome in, friend. Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a great week. Oh, you watched my live today? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy lives, and I usually do one every Friday as my way to celebrate the end of the week, and come and hang out with all of my pals, and have a good time. So yeah, hope everybody's doing well. What's everybody been up to? Ashish says he's doing good. Michael Stevens may have jumped off. It's been a long week. It's been a long week, friends. I'm in a different location today, but I brought all my decks over here. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on, but we'll make a go of it and see how everything goes. I haven't been feeling well, so I have to prioritize my health and my well-being, and a big part of that has been a lot of self-care. So yeah, it's been a busy week. Awesome. All right, well, I have a few decks with me today. I have my Sasarai Beetle. This is a fun deck if you've never seen this one before. And it's a great little reader. And I brought back my crystal deck. And this one's also pretty awesome. And I'll share some of the images. This one just it's great because each card has a crystal associated with it. And so then you get to pull in the energy for that crystal. And there's a lot of crystals in here that I'm familiar with, but there's some that are new to me. So yeah, it's a cool little deck. So I have that one. This one is a newer one to the collection. It's pretty cool. It's very grounded and beautiful. It's blue. It's got blue edges. This one is called the Little Sister Tarot, and it's pretty awesome. This one's an awesome little deck. So I have that one, and I did pull out a lot of decks this time. For those that like, the classics, I have this one. This one is called The Distant Path, Tarot, The Distant Path. And yeah, it's a pretty cool deck. Also reads very well. So yeah, I have all my decks. I did bring a couple of Oracle decks, and I'm doing open panel tonight. So if there was anyone that wanted to jump on, say hello, you're welcome to do that. Just let me know. And oh, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Peace, please. Tell me your name again. Peace, please. Tell me your name. It's card night tonight. Doing cards at Truth Wave, so that's exciting. Super cool. All right, I'm gonna Get rid of that so I can see better. Okay, Robin. Yes, Robin. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Yeah, so it's card night tonight. That's always a lot of fun. Awesome. So, Ashish, you want it to be added to the list? Yeah. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, we'll go right here. Wow, it's the 12th. Can you believe that? 6/12. Okay, Lily, we all went to be with you because you only have 15 people. Like, that is people in here talking to you, and I'm pretty sure you're a nice woman, so I want to support you. Well, that's very sweet. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Lily. Welcome in. Where's my chat? Over here. I forget. I'm doing StreamYard today, which I usually don't do. And so I forget that I can pin comments. So that's fun. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lily. Appreciate that. All right, Ashish. I'm about to write down your question and I forgot that I'm on StreamYard and I don't have to because I can pin the question. So drop your question into the chat and I will do my best. I will do my best. All right. So here is Ashish. What does the spirit world want? Let me pin that for a minute. What does the spirit world want me to know about my unique gifts? Well, okay, Robin, no problem. Angela, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. So Ashish, let me ask you a question. Have you started to kind of like figure out what your gifts may be? Like, have you noticed that you are picking up on certain things or hearing things, knowing things? Or do you mean like your gifts and talents? Let me know. Coco, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I know you, Nartha. It's a little bit different. I'm doing an open panel tonight. So if anybody wanted to come up and say a quick hello, let me know and I'll drop the link into the chat. The third eye is opening. Okay, good to know. So right here, third eye opening. All right. Coco, I was gonna show you. I know what you said, okay, but I got this one, see? And I started the beginning here. So I'm following your video. So friends, for anybody that doesn't know, Coco Magic has a tarot channel here on YouTube. And then recently she was kind enough to put up the pattern for her how to crochet a bag for your decks. So I printed it here and I'm following along. I already frogged it at least twice and then I restarted it again last night. So I'm doing good. And I'm using a number 4 hook. And I actually made this, but now thinking back, I can't remember how I did this. I don't know if it was polymer clay or how, but yeah, I put that onto the hook, and that's what I'm using. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna put this away, and I'm gonna read for my friend. Ashish is starting to get the feeling. Oh, I know, because the bags are so expensive. So if you could make it yourself, it's pretty nice. And so Coco, she did a series of videos on how to do like different style bags, and it's super, super cool and very nice of her to do that because she didn't have to do that. Okay, so Yunarta, let me know if you want to come up and hang out with me for a few minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and read for Ashish. What does the spirit world want me to know? And I think I'm going to start with an oracle card for you. I'm going to start with an oracle card. We're going to go with this one, Guide of the Hidden Realms. And let's see what message comes out. Thank you for being here, friends. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Friday. All right, Ashish, you're still at work, Yunartha? You gotta get out of there, girl. You gotta get out of there. Okay, Spirit is speaking right away. Okay, so you have this card here, a call to transformation. Let me know if you can see okay. I know there's a little bit of a glare. A call to transformation. So this card says metamorphosis, the in-between. So what that tells me is, yes, you're in the middle of going through changes. You're probably starting to notice things, maybe images, flashes coming through for you. If you meditate, you might start to see things. I know this morning I came out of a dream and I voice recorded the dream, and then I was heading into liminal space and I saw an image, and that like woke me up right away. And the image that I saw was myself, and I was feeling the energy of my decks, but instead of using my left hand, I was using my right hand, and that stood out to me. And there were two decks, I can't remember which ones, and I put my hands over one and I felt nothing. And when I put it over the second hand, like my whole hand lit up. And so I snapped out of my, space, which is hard, right? When you're first coming in and out of these spaces, you get so excited because you realize like, oh my God, I'm in liminal space. And then you snap yourself out of it. So I'm still learning how to stay in that energy to see what I see, but you're probably having things like that. So metamorphosis, the in-between. You're in this in-between. Look at how the third eye on this figure is sparkling. I don't know if you saw that. Do you see? Yeah. And you got the butterfly there for transformation. Blue, the blue image. Blue, a lot of times when figures are blue, they're very spiritual. So we have this, a call to transformation. So we're going to use this deck right here, this Sim Past, and let me see what comes up. Gosh, this deck is so good. This deck is linen, and it just shuffles like a dream. This is a make playing card deck. It's so good. All right, let's see. A call to transformation. So Ashish is feeling like the third eye is starting to open. And he wants to know, what does the spirit world want him to know about the unique gifts? And there's a call to action here, a call to transformation. There's a change happening. So what can Ashish do with this information? Ooh, the card of change. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. And not only is it change, but I feel like this, it's not easy change. So even though it's good for you, right? And it might be what you're looking for to develop your gifts further, change is never easy. And sometimes you experience what I call growing pains, right? And that's kind of what I feel with this card, that although you're changing, it might be uncomfortable. And if you have people that are close to you that are kind of observing everything as it happens, you could find that perhaps people are looking at you with, skeptical eyes or passing judgment, um, maybe minimizing or downplaying what you're going through. We have the King of Cups. So for sure, I do feel like this is likely an emotional time as well. An emotional time because there's a lot of change. So this particular card, the King of Cups, right? Like I kind of feel like they're balanced between logic and emotion. They don't let themselves get overwhelmed or pushed into moving faster than what they're ready to do. So I feel like this is definitely saying take your time, tap into your intuition, make notes, however that means to you, right? Like I like to keep everything like in a journal or in a tracker. Oh, hey Lucy, how are you? Um, so I like to keep note of things, but this is saying like try to stay present, try to stay like in the here and now, and don't let the situation, the change, other people's opinions kind of get you out of what you're trying to do for yourself. So right here. Oh my goodness gracious, you had two, not one, but two majors. You have the Lovers card right here. And this definitely, for me, this is about a choice. This is about making a choice, making a commitment, right? If you're seeking, like let's say that you're these figures down here on earth, and then this represents spirit right here, and you want spirit to kind of help you move through this time of transformation, right? You're going through a period of growth, and you're likely asking, the universe to help you get through these changes, to help you see what you need to see, to help you, guide you in the right direction, to make the best decisions for yourself, for other people. Then you kind of right here with the Lovers card, this is telling me you got to make a commitment. You got to make a commitment, a choice to those spiritual aspects that you're looking to cultivate. It's kind of what I'm seeing. I mean, it's a very beautiful reading, and two majors plus that transformation card, that along with the change card, the Wheel of Fortune. So I definitely feel like you're going through stuff. It's not easy. It can get a little watery at times, but what spirit wants you to do, like your question was about spirit, and what spirit wants you to do is make that solid commitment and continue your spiritual practices. Not every now and again, not like, oh, when I think of it. No, like be committed and stick with it. Oh, Michael, you pulled out the Wheel of Fortune too. See? So yeah, that's what I have for you, Ashish. let me know. I saw your comment earlier where you said yes. So I feel like it might be resonating for you. I hope it does. But I saw a funny reel the other day where they were talking about, like, it was like one character and then another character chasing him, and the character was like us on earth, and then the other one was like spiritual awakening, and the guy's like, not again, not again. And it's a good point, because spiritual awakening, like, some people have been through spiritual awakening and it's not easy, but some people experience multiple awakenings. So, it's definitely not easy, but it's definitely worth it. Hang in there. Hang in there. I'm excited for you. Let me know if you're still there. All right, friends, for anybody that's watching, if you wanted to, I have an open panel. So if you wanted to come up and say hi real quick, you can join me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, let me see here. Oh, I know that wasn't for me, but it really resonated. I'm grateful. Oh, thank you, Angela. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Michael. Okay, you and Jordan hung out on Monday. Was this the brunch? Was this the brunch or after the brunch? Tell me. You went to the brunch? How did it go? He found out you have a crush on him. Yes, the brunch. Yeah. How did it go? Tell me everything. How did Jordan feel about the fact that you have a crush? Hi, Clint. How are you? I'm doing an open panel, so if you wanted to come up, let me know. I'll drop the link in the chat. All right, I'm waiting for Michael to tell me. Could you find out the future of the friendship? Yeah, I could do a reading for you. Absolutely. You might find that I'm a little bit slow today. I'm taking my time. I'm just being mindful of my energy, and I want to be able to hang out with you guys for a little while tonight, so I don't want to overdo it. All right. There we go. All right. I'm about to read for Michael Stevens. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate that. Okay, so Michael, the future of the relationship. Let's go to the sassy burrito. The sassy burrito. Lunarta's here. She's still working. I don't know. Why do I always feel like Lunarta's in my same time zone? I don't think she is, though. All right. The open panel. What would I talk about? Oh, no. You could tell me about what you're doing on your channel. You've been doing a lot of cool things. So, yeah. It's just us friends. We don't need agendas. We could just talk shit. You know how it is. Oh, you're in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle. Oh, snap. Ashish. All right. See you next time. Bye. I can be if invited to. Oh. So sweet. I would love to join the open panel. Okay, Michael Stevens. So since I'm reading for you, let me drop the link. Here you go. All right. I'm telling. All right, Michael. I dropped the link in the chat, so since I'm reading for you, now would be a great time for you to come up and I can do your reading for you live, which I don't often have the opportunity to read for people live like that. The link isn't working. Okay, this is the secret to the link. Okay, Clint taught me this trick. He said you have to hit the like button on the video. Then you exit the video and you go to your liked videos. And when you enter in from there, the link starts to work. I know that sounds complex, but it's pretty easy. That just gives me a chance to take a deep breath. All right, we're gonna give Michael a chance to do all the things. Well, Clint, I'm hanging in there. I had some unexpected shenanigans happen to me. Hi, Angela May. Yes, so you do this. You hit the like button on the video. Then you get out of the stream, okay? And yeah, Clint, help me because that's a lot. Help me because that's a lot. Angela May, how are you? Any news in the last 2 weeks? I'm gonna put you on the list. Let me star you. Oop. I put a star on you so I could find you easier. Right now, I'm gonna read for Michael, but Michael wants to come up and say hey, so we're trying to get him to, okay, yes, on the phone, okay. I'll talk him through. Ooh, it's a nice reading. Clint, come back, he's on the phone. You hit the like button, then when you get out of the video, you should see the little section that says like the videos. You go back into the video through there, and then that allows the link to work. Oh, the channel avatar. Okay, okay. In the bottom of the screen. Let's show that. Yes. Then all the links will be clickable. Yes. That totally works too. Hopefully you can get in. That would be fun. All right.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, how are you? It's good to see you.
Same here. Here's the deck I'm using. This is the what is it called? Oh, the Tinseltown Tarot. I cannot put these things down. I just love them. Let me just show you then we can get on with my reading.
Mm-hmm.
This is the moon. This is the Four of Swords, and this one is my favorite too. The Knight of Cups.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I just got them from a random store. This store I go to in Maryland called Crystal Fox. If we have any people in the Maryland area, and
Mm-hmm.
they're good price. So I want to get more. So yeah. So we can
That
get on
I've
with our
seen
reading.
that deck. I've seen that deck before. It's so cool.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I want to get an
Yeah.
eccentric deck, but I'll say this, and then we can get on to my reading. I want to get the UFO one, the UFO
Oh.
tarot, but I don't know where to find it at. So
Do you know the name of it?
no, I
Or you
don't.
probably
No.
have to look around. Oh, I'll see if I can find it because there's a couple. There's a couple
Oh,
like that. Yeah.
okay.
Oh, this is so exciting. All right, friends. So, anybody that's watching, I read for Michael regularly. Michael is a regular on the channel. And so, this is the first time we're meeting, and this is amazing. I'm thrilled. All right. So, Michael had a crush, and Michael invited them to brunch. And now the crush found out the truth, right? That there's a crush situation going on. So now your question was,
How will the
what's the
friendship be?
future? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anytime that you ask a question like that and we start with an ace, like that's a good thing.
Oh,
This
that's
is the
good.
ace. Yeah, the ace of wands. So new beginning. But I like that it's wands, right? Fire energy. And not only that, but remember that the suit of fire is about your passion, your inspiration, your motivations. It also could be tied to sexuality. And so for me, this Ace of Wands, like this is awesome, right? For you to be able to start, for you to be able to start on this note. Basically, the ace is like the seed. It has the potential for the whole suit. If you know your tarot, you know that there's good cards, there's bad cards, right? So you have the potential for anything. It's basically what you make of it, like how you deal with that energy, how you channel your inner fire is what I'm
Mhm.
seeing. Now, this is the best, right? The second card that came out, Knight of Cups. You know, this is the romancer. This
I
is the
just had that.
romancer.
I just had that.
Yes, this is the romancer. The Knight of Cups is like all about, you could see, he's got his cup of coffee, he's rubbing his bare belly, he's got his little book. I imagine he's probably going to go read poetry to somebody and, like entice them. And, they make love through the mind, right? Through gestures, in the Rider Waite. He's carrying his cup and he's just like, like they wear their heart on their sleeve, right?
Hmm.
So I do see that energy here. Now, I don't know if that's you or them, but I think it's
Okay.
exciting for a new relationship, right? I think it's
Yeah.
exciting for a new relationship. And the final card in here is the King of Pentacles. This is the last card, right, in the deck. The King of Pentacles is the last card in the deck. This is a card of leadership, but of grounded behavior, right? Like
Uh-huh.
this, of all the kings, this one is probably the slowest moving, but they're very stable. They're very stable because they're not in a rush. They're not going to be cutting corners. They're not going to be trying to rush to get from point A to point B. They're going to be slow and strategic, and they're very methodical. Like the King of Pentacles, that's a great person to have on your side, right?
Oh, okay.
Because they're very steady. They don't get deterred or distracted. But on the flip side of that, right? This energy could also be like a little bit stubborn at times, or does it, like maybe overly focused on a career and not really, wanting to create space for something else. But I feel like when you look at this and you have this ace and that knight, and then the last card in the deck, the King of Pentacles, this is looking good. I feel like you have a possibility for a very deep, long lasting, friendship and relationship with this person.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, and before I go, Miss Elizabeth, I wanted to show you
Mhm.
another deck I had.
Oh, the dog tarot.
Yeah,
Oh, that's such a
but
good one.
But the only thing about it is that I got to study the pictures because they don't have the name of the card on it. It's like, like if you see the
Oh,
Seven of Swords, they don't have it on it. So you got to just look at the pictures. But that's what
oh,
I have to study them. But
oh, so they don't have any titles. No
no, they don't.
titles?
And that bothers me really much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you must have
Yeah.
liked the deck, or did you
Yes.
just get it just to try it?
Well, I just got it because I like dogs. I like dogs, but the thing is that I don't like the fact that I can't see what I'm looking at without the label. So I probably have to just go to and get another deck or something and not use this one as much or study this. So yeah.
You could do that, but let me tell you what a lot of people do sometimes. They take like, you need a special kind of marker,
Hmm.
like maybe a Sharpie or like a fine liner like this. And you could like, match it to the guidebook and then in the bottom corner put 7W, or, if it's the ace, A and then W for wands or P for pentacle. And you could
Okay.
just put a little notation in the corner. That way, when you look at it, you know what it is.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth, it was nice meeting you, and I hope to see you again. I probably will. And you have a good one.
Aw, thank you. Thanks for coming
Bye.
up.
Bye.
Bye. Ah, that was awesome. All right, so that was my friend Michael Stevens. How cool to do the reading live. That was great. Thank you for that. All right. Yeah, Anna says write the titles. Yes. Cosmic, hi, welcome in. Can I ask a question? I just starred you, so when it's your turn, I'll call on you and then you can drop your question at that time. Angela May says, I like cats. Cool. I know, Yunartha. Those were awesome, awesome cards. Lucy is here. Lucy, I don't remember if you said that you wanted to come up or not. Um, all right. Here's Clint. Merlin sounds like PG County to me. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I don't do off open panels very often, but it's fun to do it. How you been? Went that well last time seen? Yes, I was not well, and then I took a turn for the worst, but I'm getting the care that I need. I have the right medications now, and I have a few follow-up appointments coming up this week, so I hope to get back on track. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate you asking. All right. Here's my start. Okay, so I read for Ashish, so I'm gonna move that one. Okay, the next person was Angela. Any news in the last 2 weeks? Okay, so we'll read for Angela. Let me get the deck shuffled and come over here. You're right. Debs, hi, how are you? Oh, you saw the reading? I'm doing an open panel today, Debs. So if you wanted to come up and say hello, you're more than welcome. Clint was like, well, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, well, we could talk about whatever we want. This is my channel. This is my channel. We can do whatever we want. Oh God. Oh, Anna, thank you so much. That's so sweet. So, friends, Anna is new here. If you haven't said hello, please make sure to say hello. She's new here and she's joining us today from Holland, I believe she said. And she heard through the grapevine that, that the live that I do here um, on Fridays was a lot of fun. And then she went and she checked out one of the videos and she decided to come over and say hello. So that was really sweet. Well, thank you, Angela May. I appreciate that. Okay, Clint. All right. All right. So we're gonna read, and everybody, like, make sure that, because you know how YouTube is, make sure that you're on live chat. Oh my gosh, yay. Oh, thank you, Norta. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, Unarta sent out gifts. I don't know who received the gifts, but I'm so excited. Wait, did Lucy get one? Did Lucy? Okay, Katie, Lexi got one. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I love that. That is fun. Thank you so much. I'm so good. I should be great. You Narta coming in, dropping the mic. Boom. She's so sweet. Thank you so much. You're right. So here, we're gonna go to Angela. Angela May, she wants news. Let's use the crystal deck. Let's use the crystal deck. All right. Oh, this is fun, you guys. Hi, Trista. I have an open panel today, so if you wanted to come up and say hi, let me know and I'll drop the link. Yunarta has the best personality, oh my god. Any news in the last 2 weeks is for Angela May. Oh, damn. All right. We're starting out strong, Angela May, with the 9 of Swords. So I don't know, are you worried again? Is there something going on that has you a little bit stressed out? This card has a connection to Howlite. I love Howlite. In fact, I love it so much that I keep a piece of it right here on my desk. You see it? It's like it's called the raw point. But this crystal is so like soothing. I absolutely love it. See, that's why the card looks like that, because it's connected to Howlite. Let me know. Let me know. What are you worried about, friend? Let me know. I have to make up for a lot of other deficits. What deficits? We all have deficits. Yeah, for reals. Woman, please. Okay, yeah, friend going through divorce. Okay, that makes sense. So you're worried. You're worried. It's hard to see our friends in pain. It's hard to see our friends suffering or going through difficult things that, it's one thing when a person is sick and then you go and you offer your services. Like, maybe I could cook you a meal, or, run an errand for you, or, help you, with your bath or your shower, or anything like that, right? But it's something completely different when your friend is hurting or in pain, but it's something that you can't do anything about except listen and, and support and send positive energy. Let's see. Ooh, we have the 6 of Cups. That's a really pretty card. 6 of Cups is reflections. So for a person that's going through divorce, this could be looking back, right? Every relationship that comes in and out of our lives bring a lesson of some sort. And there's always good, there's always bad, but I like to try to reflect on the positive things. And so maybe it's just listening to her, or offering, a different viewpoint or outlook. Let's see. Movement of house, went church the other day, helped, had messages from Aubrey, put me into tears. Next month, not seeing my youngest son. Okay. I know you miss him. I know you miss him. You got a lot going on. You're thinking about a lot. You're worrying about a lot. We have the Seven of Pentacles. That's the card of patience. This is the card of, you know, kind of biding your time and waiting. You know, we all hear that expression, right? You reap what you sow. And, you know, for those of us like that garden or, you know, that type of thing, this analogy might help you, right? In the spring, you plan what you want your crops to look like, what you want, right? You plan it all out, you put everything in, you do all the work, you maintain it, because the hope is that you'll be able to reap the harvest. So this is the card of doing all the things and just waiting for it to be the right time. But waiting isn't always easy, right? Waiting isn't always easy. I think a lot of times, especially in this day and age, we have this whole thing like we want instant gratification for everything. We don't want to wait for things. We live in a world where everything is fast, convenient, communication, information, like everything is available so quickly that it's hard for us to sit and wait or be patient for things. You know, sometimes we just don't want to do that. Trying to believe the house will come soon. The house will come soon. Okay, so let's see. An advice card. An advice card. You know what I want? I want to pull from this oracle right here. Let's see. Let's pull out a soul tree. Let's pull out a soul tree. Let's see what happens. Okay. Ooh, wow. So look what you have here. Belief and expectation, right? Like, do you believe that the house is going to come soon, or do you expect that the house is going to come soon? And you don't have to answer that, but I want you to think about that. Like, you have to find a way to balance what you're believing in versus what your expectations are, because you might find that it's not the same, which is why it might be difficult for you to, you know, to wait. Beliefs and expectations. That's a nice card. Hi, Karen Suki. Believe in myself will do. Okay. Let's see. Belief and expectation. I'm going to read to you here. Let me see. This one? Okay, if that's too bright, let me know. All right. So here we have belief and expectations. What we believe to be true and the outcomes we expect can often affect our experiences. Observe your beliefs and expectations. Do I believe life is happening for me or to me? Where are my beliefs and expectations expanding my life or keeping me stuck? I think that card is perfect for you, and Clint is making me laugh. I'm sorry. All right, friend, that's my reading for you. That is my reading for you. Thank you for always coming to say hello and for letting me read for you. I appreciate you. All right. So let me see here. Okay, so that was for Angela May. And then Cosmic, are you still here? You are next. You are next, my friend. And for anybody watching, we're doing open panels today. So if anybody wants to come up and say, hey, let me know. We'll drop the link and you can come up and say hello and tell me what's going on, what you've been up to, how's life treating you. Maybe I can pull a card for you. That might be fun, right? Let me know. Debs. Oh my God. Let me see. Just got in the lab. Let me talk with Green Jesus and I'll come up and amuse you in a few. Having hot flashes. It's so humid. I'm writing. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I love that. Yes, you're right. It's very humid. We finally had a little bit of rain yesterday. I was hoping we would get some more today, but no rain. But the mango tree is coming back to life, and the pineapple is looking really good, and the avocado. I need to go out there and check the avocado to see if there's, if it's flowering right now. But yeah. All right. Give these decks a shuffle. Who is next? Cosmic, I think. Cosmic, last call. Are you here? Last call for Cosmic. And all right. I know, wilting. I know it's hot out there. It's very humid, like here the situation is on another level. Oh my God. All right, Cosmic is not here, friends. Cosmic is not here, so we are gonna go, okay, right here. Feet 2 foot, wait, what? Feel 2 foot forwards, 3 backwards. Oh yeah, gotta keep strength. That'll happen. Fed up, changing winter to summer, close, then back, just wanna do. Strangely, that makes sense to me. You feel like you take 2 steps forward, but then you have to take 3 steps backwards. Strength was the card that I pulled for you the last time. So I'm glad that you remember that and that you're, just doing your best to stay strong throughout all the changes. And you're fed up with winter. I saw a video about that earlier, how some people really struggle with the change of the seasons, especially if you're in an area where you have very severe, very severe winters waiting for summer. It can be very long and hard and dark and depressing. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Alrighty. Prepared and on my way. Beautiful. All right. So Cosmic wasn't. Oh, let's see. Hi there.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. A little hot, but I'm okay.
I know it's been a minute. So first of all, I love that you're back to your channel again. I see all the thumbnails. The thumbnails look super awesome. I saw that you were doing some stuff with like UFOs and different activity, and you're doing some collabs too. So what's been going on?
Yeah, well, Actually, they just dropped another batch of UFO files, I believe, today. So I get to make a new show. There'll be another live coming soon. Um, so I'm doing that with the X Factor. I'm revamping it. I actually just finished creating some more music, some new music for the show, for the intros and
Ooh.
outros.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do the video part, but I wrote the lyrics and then uploaded them to Suno. Suno gave me a couple good options, and I found one I think I like. Um,
Oh.
I just created a new merch line. I haven't uploaded it yet. I haven't, you know, I just created it on paper. That'll be dropping probably in the next couple of days because I want to get it out before July 4th. Some of it's
Oh.
some of it's July 4th gear
I
that's
know.
included, so I
Yeah.
want to get it out. Um, yeah, I
Isn't
just
that
been trying to keep
crazy?
busy.
How fast the time goes. I feel like I added merch to my channel last summer, like right around July, August time frame, and I'm like, I can't believe that it's been a year.
It goes
Uh,
fast. It goes
yeah.
real fast.
Are you doing it on fourth wall?
Yes, I'll be doing it on fourth wall. I'm just a new line. I'll have my original line still up, and then I'm going to create a new line. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. It'll be something patriotic, I'm sure. But it's also new
Yeah,
Gen X logos too. So like
I
it's
like that.
yeah, it's some pretty cool logos.
Now,
Yeah,
who
I
does
like
your
it. It
logo
looks.
work?
I do. I
You
do all my. Yeah.
Okay. I did like, so I recreated like I rebranded the whole channel last summer. And I did the logo, the intro, the outro, the panel, the displays,
Mhm.
like all the things. But I found when I went to do the merch that some of it didn't print so well. So I want to be able to do like shirts and hats, but I can't because the logo doesn't show up. So I need to do the logo in a way where the resolution is
Mhm.
good enough that it'll show up good. So I'm just kind of struggling with that.
My when I did that last year, and I'm sure I'll have to do it this year. I send my logo to a friend who's just better at it than me, and she can like zoom it up and clean up all the details on. That's the problem is the details around the edges of your logos and stuff. And she'll clean it all up for me and then send it back. But I create the logo. I'm not very computer savvy where I can with all them programs where you get in there and you can clean it up and make the background transparent so it'll go right over top of a shirt and it doesn't look like a big block.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not good at. I don't. That's programming stuff that I'm just not capable of doing. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, no, I create the logo. You just need that one friend that you can send it to and say, hey, can you clean this up for me? Kind of, get the edges nice and sharp and they can zoom it. Well, she showed it to me what she does. She just zooms it up on this program and she gets there with the pixelator and erases the edge and stuff and just makes it nice and smooth and then I don't know. I guess there's just a tool that makes it transparent. I don't know how that works, I don't know if it's a magic tool or what.
I use Canva, and on Canva there's a button that you use that removes the background and makes it transparent.
Okay.
Um, so that's helpful. I do have a friend and her name is my daughter, but getting her to do anything is like so hard.
Well, you need to offer her a
So
good
hard.
dinner. You need to offer her favorite dinner. Say, I'll tell you what, I'll do this for you. I need you over here and take care of this. Get over here,
Mm.
and
All right.
I'll make your favorite whatever.
Ugh, so hard. These kids are so hard. I don't know what Debs is. What is a 1969 Barracuda electric blue?
Ooh, it's an electric blue '69 Barracuda. It's a car. It's let's see,
Oh,
let me give you a famous one. Did you ever watch the show? Was it Nash Bridges
no,
with Don Johnson and Cheech Matter?
I may have.
Oh, he drives a Barracuda. I'm pretty sure he drives a
Mm.
Barracuda. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so a sports car. Is it not a
An,
sports car? Just
an old hot rod. An old hot rod.
okay.
Old hot rod.
Oh, that's cool. Don't I wish?
Yeah.
711 people watching. Can you imagine?
That sounds like the source.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't know what she
But
means. That's a weird name.
but
I don't know.
oh, look at you, Arthur flirting. There we go. Now she's coming out of her shell. Now she's
You
coming out of her
guys
shell. That a girl. That a girl. That's what I'm talking about. Come out of your shell. First
Oh
car
my
was
gosh.
I had a 3-speed on the column, but it was a Dodge van.
A Dodge van.
Yeah. 3 on a tree.
Man,
So
well,
how are you? How are you? Like let's get this level up. How are you?
I've been having some issues. I've been having some health issues. So, I'm trying to, like, I have some appointments next week. I think that's gonna help me to figure out what I have to do to get back on track. Um, but yeah, I've been having health issues. So I haven't been doing a good job of, you know, priority. You know how it is. Like you feel something, you sense something, but you're like, and you put it aside and then, you know, it gets to a point where you can't do that anymore. Like you have to do something. So that's pretty much what happened to me. Things got a little bit out of control, and yeah, so I'm just working through all of that right now and just trying to take it one step at a time and a lot of deep breaths, um, until I can get on medication that makes sense for me and then get in to see. Luckily, I was able to get in with a specialist right away because, sometimes you make an appointment, they're like, oh, okay, they can see you in 2 months, or they can see you in 3 months. But luckily, I was able to get in. So I have an appointment. I have one on Monday and then one on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm
I bet.
tired.
I bet.
They
Well,
do like they do so many tests and so many this and that and the others, and yeah, I'm just like, oh my God.
I totally understand that, and blessings that you got to see a specialist right away. When I had my neck issue start in December, I didn't get to see the specialist until the middle of March, and then 3 days later they did surgery. I was thinking
Whoa.
if they'd have seen me right away, like I'd have had surgery right away, and the symptoms would have never got as bad as they did. Now,
As they did,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
but that's going well, so I can't complain about it. It's getting better.
And you're better now.
I'm better some. I still got a dead leg. I'm still dragging my leg around.
Hmm.
But I don't have the nervy pain in it no more. And I got my hand back. I can close my fist and I can hold stuff and I can punch again. It's tingly, but I got it back.
I was gonna ask you, so are you doing physical therapy?
Waiting for them to respond back to me to set me up for appointments. Yeah, I just got approved for that at the end of May, because they wanted me 2 months post-op before I did anything. And saw them at the end of May, made the phone call, and I'm just waiting for them to respond back. It's
Hmm.
like, give me. Somebody told me they were 3 months out, so by the time they respond, I'll be 4 months before I even get in there. So I might have to go somewhere else. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
It's hard. And with, I don't know about in your area, but like for physical therapy, the last time that I went in for physical therapy, which I can't remember if it was my shoulder or what the situation was, but I went in and it was like one tech with 3 patients.
Mm.
And they're like running around trying to do all these, like, okay, you do this, and then they leave, and then they go to their second person, then to the third person, and then you're just sitting there waiting for your next set of instructions of what to do next, and it's
I
so
don't think I'll have
frustrating.
that problem. I don't
Oh,
think I'll have
good.
that issue. Yeah, the place I'm that I called, I've been there before. I cut my finger off like almost 20 years ago now, and they sewed it back on, and they were the ones that did my physical therapy, and like it was when you had your tech, it was like they were in there with you for your time period, and You know, they had you on a schedule. So when I left, then they went to the next person and the next, and it was, I don't know, it was probably 20 or 30 different physical therapists in here. You know, it's a
Mm-hmm.
giant gym, and it's a big gym with all kinds of equipment and balls and bands and places to walk and steps to step up. And then there's like little tiny exam rooms off to the side. So they had me in the exam room all the time. Like I didn't need to do no walking or nothing. They just needed to work my hand.
Oh, that's so good. Clint, how
You know,
did that
but
happen?
what's that?
The
Which part?
finger. The
Oh,
finger.
Sawzilla, a chop saw, an electric chop
Mm-hmm.
saw. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
plumber, and I had a 20-foot piece of pipe, but I had it hanging over the wrong side of the saw because that was the only way I could do it. And so I was holding the pipe, and cut it, when I cut the pipe and brought the saw back up, the 20 feet that was hanging over fell, and it just threw my hand. It just threw my hand up into the blade. Yeah.
Wowzers.
Didn't feel nothing, but I knew it happened because of the sound of the blade. It just changed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I knew I touched it. I grabbed my hand real quick, and then I peeked at my knuckle, and I could see a real deep gash in my knuckle when I peeked
Uh-huh.
at it. And I was like, "Oh, that's going to need a stitch." So I had a guy at work drive me to the hospital, and you know, I had a rag wrapped around it at that point, you know, and I'm holding
Mm-hmm.
it, and they put me in the center of the hallway because all the rooms were full, and I'm just sitting there watching people walk by. And, you know, it never hurt. It never hurt. And finally, a triage nurse come to me. She goes, "Okay, let's see what we got here." And she took me in the triage room, and she unwrapped it. And when she did, my finger just fell. It was just hanging. It was
Oh,
hanging on by skin underneath. It just,
oh
and
my
I
God.
kind of jumped back. You know, I leaped back. I'm like, "Holy shit!" And she's like, she grabs me. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I said, "Hell no! Look at my good hand. I'm right-handed. Like, hell no, I'm not okay." "Are you
Oh
in
my
shock?" I said, "I'm pretty
God.
effing shocked. You know, I'm pretty. I
Yes.
thought it was just a cut. I thought it was just a cut. You know, went through the bone, ligaments, all of that. It was just hanging by the meat on the
Everything.
bottom. You know,
Wowzers. Good thing.
so
Like, it was good that
I
you
got
wrapped it immediately.
a, I got a boutonniere finger, so that's as straight as it comes. It's this finger, and then you see the
Uh-huh.
curve on the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They, they call it a boutonniere finger because it looks like you're pinching a boutonniere and putting it in your vest.
Oh my goodness
So I
gracious.
I got a boutonniere finger there. But I mean, that's better. When they first sewed it on, it just hung for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then
Uh-huh.
physical therapists, you know, they worked it, and they put an
To
ultrasonic
get
something
like
on it.
feeling back in.
hmm They put warmth in it. Then they would massage my hand for like 45 minutes to try to get the scar tissue up out of the finger and up into my hand and stuff away from it, so it would let it heal. It's still numb on most sides of it. I could feel it some, but on most sides it's numb. But it's
Hmm.
operational, you know. Just looks a little weird.
Yeah. And sorry because I was nosy of me,
No,
but
no,
I
you're fine.
asked because my uncle, like, he was missing three fingers, like, always his whole life. And like, we just grew up with him, like, watching him without three fingers. Like, he was missing these two. No, it was like one and then two. I remember, like, there was like a total of three that were missing, and it was just super weird. And but that's just how it was. I don't think that he probably had a similar situation, but maybe they weren't as, I don't know. And those were different times too. Like, nowadays they can do so many more things than they.
Oh, they put it back together. They put some kind of glue, for lack of a better term, between the bones. Sewed the finger back on, sewed the tendon back together, and wrapped it
Hmm.
up for a few weeks. And I mean, you know, I saw it hanging. The only thing holding on was a little piece of meat down there. Like this finger was off. I could see my bone in both pieces. So like I could see it. I could see the center of the bone, all of it, and it was cut at an angle. So it was like the bone was like wedged. You know, it was like two wedges coming together. And he put that thing back together. It was, you know,
I feel
like
like in my
it's
mind it
wow.
seems like there would be like mad blood loss, but maybe not from there.
No, I mean there was some blood,
Oh.
but like nothing that ever dripped. It was never enough blood to like I'd never noticed anything on the outside of the rag. I
Hmm.
never noticed it. You know, I never there was no excessive blood. There was, you know, when I peeked at my knuckle just to look at it, you know, you could see a real deep cut into the meat. And I think it was so deep there wasn't no blood. It was just meat. It wasn't bad at all. And when they took it off, when they took the rag off, it wasn't a lot of blood coming out of it. It was
Wow.
yeah, no, it was just a finger hanging that freaked me out. I was like, man, I'm right-handed. Like, what am I?
Yeah.
That's my good hand.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild. Yeah, I was in my 30s when that happened. Oh, that was life changing. I'm gonna tell you people something that you probably never considered, but you spent your entire life wiping your butt in one direction in one way, and when that has to change, the whole world changes. You have no
Oh
idea
my gosh, yes.
how difficult, because your body is not used to turning the other direction. It's not used to the
I could
hand being
only
that way.
turn one way. I could only turn
It's
one way. And like a few months ago, I was having like a little bit of like frozen shoulder and I wasn't able to turn that way. And it was the worst. Oh,
Yeah, oh, it's
yeah.
almost like you're breaking ribs because your body just isn't used to swinging in that direction and leaning back
No.
and turning. It's like it hurts your ribs and your hand just doesn't work right because it just isn't used to doing that. It's a very like simple thing that you take for granted, but like you are everybody's pretty much accustomed to doing it one way and one way only their entire life. And
Yes.
when you got to go a different way with a different appendage, it is a culture shock, or not a culture shock, but it's definitely a shock to the system. It's
You got to
different.
retrain your whole, because it's the type
Oh
of thing
man,
that it's muscle memory. Like it just
yeah,
knows what it needs to do. Yeah.
it
Okay,
is
so
crazy.
friends, you know what you have to do. Practice turning this way and practice turning.
That's it. Got to start exercising that. Yeah, yep, yep. Butt
Oh
wiping
my
insurance.
God.
Yep. It is. It
Yeah,
is
for
different.
real.
It is different. It was something. But yeah, no, that's what happened there. But like I said, I got a good doctor. He was a butthole doctor. He had no bedside manner, and I loved it. Like he was just to the point. Told me this is where I'm screwing up, and this is what I need to fix. And the girl I was dating at the time, she hated him. He's so mean. He could be better. Blah blah blah. I'm like he's making my stuff work. Like I ain't saying nothing. Like I'm okay. He
Yeah,
can talk to me however he wants. He
yeah.
was really
They
good. He
don't
was
all
just a
have like bedside manner. Like they don't get it.
well. He was
Yeah.
a specialist, and he was actually the sports medicine. What is the bone doctor? Orthopedic surgeon for the Washington Redskins when they were the Redskins.
Oh.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I had a good one, and I'm sure he's just used to dealing with hardcore guys all the time. That was just his attitude.
Mhm.
It was just like I was still smoking cigarettes, and he's like, well, that's going to reduce your healing, and blah blah blah. You need to quit. Are you going to quit? I said probably not. He's all right. Ain't no need to bring it up no more. You ain't going to heal right. As long as you know that, we're good to go. And he was just to the point. Yeah, no, but yeah, no, it works. It's functional. I'm not missing a digit. I'm not looking weird. It's
No,
there.
yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been like, oh my God, it's my uncle reincarnated.
It is a size bigger because of the scar tissue. My class ring was a 14 and a half, so now I wear a 15 and a half on that hand. So it's a
Oh my
size bigger.
gosh.
Yeah, because of the scar. But yeah, it's wild.
I have
It's
heard
wild.
that before, Trista. So she says frozen shoulder is common during perimenopause. It's related to hormonal shifts. And I already know, like, I went to a chiropractor once and they said I basically have no curve here in my neck anymore. Um, and because, like, I went in because my shoulder hurt. Next thing you know, they're telling me, oh, well, the issue is your neck. But you don't think about it, but it's like, well, the neck is connected to the clavicle, which is connected to the here. So it's a whole thing, right? If one thing is not working, it throws off everything else. Your whole body tries to make up for the fact that the other thing isn't working. So I got one of those blue foam things that you put under your neck to stretch it. And when I use that, I lay on it 10 minutes, and ever since I started doing that, it like fixed the problem that I was having with my clavicle and my with my shoulder. Hey Izzy, how
Mm.
are you? Good to see you. So yeah, there's you know there's all kinds of things you figure out when you start going to all these different doctors and stuff.
Yep. Well, I mean, it
Yeah.
was my neck that affected my hand, and I think possibly what triggered whatever happened in my leg. I think that's affected some other nerves now, but it was because of what was going on with my neck. And nobody knew it there until I saw the specialist in March. Like, my doctor was sending me to get MRIs and CAT scans of my knees and other parts of my leg. And then he did finally get a MRI of my lower spine where there wasn't an issue. So they just thought it was fine. And then finally he sent me to the specialist, and the specialist just like did a few quick little physical tests with me. And he's like, I think I know what's going on with you. I need you to go get a CAT scan of your neck. When can you do it? I said, I'll leave here and go straight to the imaging center. Went and done it. 2 days later, he's calling me to schedule surgery because of my neck, my C2 and C3. It was squeezing my spinal
Wow.
cord. So like that was affecting the nerve that was going down to my hand and down my arm and into my hand. And it was wild. It's wild how it's all like related, and
Yeah.
it
Um,
is.
I'm gonna drop the link here one more time. We're doing open panel, so if anybody wants to come up and say hello, I'll drop the link here. You know what you need to do. And then Anna is new. Today's her
Yeah,
first day
and
here. Look how cute she is. Look, loving this community, welcoming feeling here. And she's, I think, in Holland.
oh, nice.
Um, yeah, so that's super cool. And then Izzy is here. And it's interesting because the other day, Izzy had a segment about the male epidemic of loneliness. And I thought to myself, like, that's an interesting topic because I kind of feel like there is a major loneliness epidemic, but I don't think it affects just males. I think it affects male and female. I think that men and women handle it differently, which is maybe why. So interesting to hear the male point of view on this because I know women go through this as well. And I think that's why a lot of us have channels, right, on YouTube so that we can kind of build up our communities and have a circle of people. But I tell you, like, sometimes you go through experiences and um, you're hard pressed to find like a human physical person that can come and
Mm.
lend, support because most of your support comes from an online community. So it's pretty tough at times.
Yeah, yeah, that's a wild perspective. I don't really know how I would even approach that that question that yeah question. I mean, just male, or is it a question? The male loneliness. I don't know. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a guy, so there's a lot of like things there that makes me a little different. People like me a little different. Like loneliness bothers me like in particular moments of my life, but like overall, no. Like, but there's moments, there's an evening where I might be out with a group of my family or friends and everybody's with their wife or their date or something like that. And I'm just the guy hanging out. And, so at that moment, I'm like, yeah, I wish I was here with somebody. But for the most part, like, I'm really good at being alone. I'm really good at being alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm really good at setting still. I'm really good at being to myself. And don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of circumstances in my life that kind of helped make me that way. I was incarcerated for a while, so you kind of get forced to being alone and in your own thoughts and setting with yourself for a long period of time. So maybe that did that, but I'm okay with it. There's moments though. There's times where like, man, just wish somebody was here with me. I want to go out to dinner tonight. I really feel like going out to eat. I just hate going to eat by myself. I really wish I was with somebody and we could just go have a good eat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but then once that hour passes, I'm okay with being by myself again.
I'm the same because I'm an introvert. So for me, I'm better off like on my own. I think where another person comes into play is that they motivate you to do the thing that a lot of times introverts don't want to do, but then like you don't want to do it and you probably him and haw the whole time, but then when you get out there you're like, oh, that was fun, we should do this, why don't we do this more often, like, you know, we should do this again. So I don't know, it's interesting. I'll share a personal story. So with everything going on for me, that involved a trip to the hospital this week, and um, I was, you know, in the, I guess like the triage area, and they have like a space there with, I don't know, like 5 or 6 beds while they're trying to like treat everybody, and it's just kind of chaotic, and you just seem to be waiting forever for somebody to come and tell you what the issue might be. And I can't see the person next to me, but I can hear them through the curtain, because there's like literally no privacy. It's just a curtain. And he's an older gentleman. And so he's sharing his story about how he got there, which you can't help but hear because he's like right there. And so he shares like he was in a wheelchair and something happened. The wheelchair like fell over. So he fell out of the wheelchair. He hit his head and all these things. Okay. Somewhere in the middle of all that, like he started to have like, he lost control of his bowel movement. So he's literally telling them that he's sitting in his stuff. So then they proceed right there to take everything apart, right? Take and clean him, like right there. It was the worst. It was the worst.
Wow.
And I was just like, I cannot believe, like, I don't know where else they would have done that, but I was like, I cannot believe that they're doing this right here, like right here. So they're taking care, he's carrying on, and he's telling the story right over and over again. I sure do feel bad. I feel bad that you gotta clean me up. And he's going on and on and on. And I was just like looking at my son, and he just like side-eyed, and then he looked down and he was like, you know, doing the thing. And the other nurse is walking around trying to spritz stuff. Okay, so that situation is done, taken care of. They get him all cleaned up. So now what he proceeds to do, he grabs his cell phone and he pretty much starts to call every number that he has stored in there and explain the whole story from beginning to end. Over and over. He's doing this on speakerphone. And so you could hear the other person's responses. And some of the people were like, they could care less. They were like, what can I do for you today? What can I do for you today? Well, I'm in the hospital. And he tells his whole story. All right, well, you know, let us know if there's anything we can do for you. And then that was over. And then he hangs up and he does it again. And then he hangs up and he does it again. And he just keeps going on the same thing over and over again. Anyways, the whole time that I was there, he had an incident 3 times. And finally, I got wheeled out of there. And I was just so like beside myself, because I was just like, of all the places, like, why did you have to do that there? Sadly, they didn't let me go. They told me I had to stay. So I had to stay.
Wow.
And I go to you know, so I'm having like all these kinds of thoughts. This guy, da 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 da. Like, I mean, he was practically calling anybody. I mean, I didn't say cold calling. These were people that he had stored in his phone. But at one point, he was like, "Oh, he called somebody from the veterans office, and whatever secretary answered the phone, he tells her the whole story." And he called the pastor of the church, and he's just calling everybody.
Oh.
Now, that day, I had company. My son stayed with me till about 4. Then he had to leave to work. My daughter left work early, came, she stayed with me until about 10, and then she left. But then the next day, I was on my own, like solo, waiting, testing, waiting, testing, waiting, testing. 24 hours had passed. I think back on that man, and I felt like I feel for him now. Yesterday, I wanted to knock him silly, but today I feel for him because I would love to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody and be like, hey, listen, this just happened to me, and
Yeah.
I'm here, and I feel a certain kind of way. And
Yeah.
I know people can't do anything for you, but they could just listen, right? And tell you, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. I'll send you love and light and da da da. But yeah, and I was like, I feel like that is that loneliness piece that I'm like, okay, I get that, because in times like that where you want to lean on someone and you're not able to, that's the tough part. That's the tough part. And I thought to myself, when I get to that age, am I gonna be that lady that's in the chair and calling everybody in the in the directory telling my story? Like, oh my God.
I just don't think I'll be that way unless I get senile or something. Because like now, when I go to the doctors and stuff, I don't tell people. I don't. When I went to have my surgery, my son didn't even know I had an issue going on, and he showed up the day before my surgery. Pulled up out here. I walked out to the garage and met him. He says, "So I heard you're having surgery." I'm like, "How you know?" He's like, "Your mom put something on Facebook." I'm like, "Jesus Christ!" Like,
Oh my God. Yes.
I just rather just go do it, and like, I don't. My focus is on what I need to focus on, so I just don't like it. I had a heart attack in 2020, and
Mm,
I messaged one person, my girlfriend at the time. I messaged her like, "I'm in the ambulance. They said I'm having a small heart attack. They're taking me here." When I get there, my mom's there. I'm like, "How do you know about it?" "Oh, so and so called me and told me." I'm like, "There was a reason I didn't tell you. COVID was going on. I knew you was going to come in the hospital acting crazy because she's crazy, and like I just didn't need all that stress. Like I'm going through a heart attack. They had
mm-hmm.
me in the hospital room, and the male nurse come in, and he was just acting like he ran things, and he was like, evidently somebody named so and so is in the hospital looking for you. Um, you're not allowed to have visitors. I mean, this was June in 2020. This was prime COVID. Like you wasn't allowed to have people. And he said that if she got up there, they were going to have to call security. I said, "Look, bud, the best thing you can do when this woman comes is to pretend you don't see her. Let her come in his room. Let her see her firstborn. Let her know he's okay. Let her talk to him for a couple minutes, and then maybe I can convince her to leave. You go messing with this woman, and everybody's going to have a bad day. I'm telling you right now. Like, dude, I'm her firstborn. Like, you ain't stopping her.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen." And he just kept wanting to talk tough and talk tough and talk about COVID. I'm like, "Look, I get it. I understand it. You need to understand this woman don't care about your rules. I know this woman. I've known her for 40 some years. Let her come in here. Let her see me. Let her know I'm okay. Let me talk to her for a couple minutes so she knows everything's all right. And I could probably convince her to leave, but I couldn't even guarantee that. Like she don't listen to me either,
Mm-hmm.
And so he did. He let her come in. He did have to make an appearance to let her know about the rules, and she took it well. Actually, she didn't snap on him, and I let her see me and convinced her I was okay. And she was mad at me that I didn't call her. I'm like,
Yeah.
the guy in the rescue squad said it was a little heart attack. He said you're having a little
Mm-hmm.
heart attack, so I figured it was no big deal. I didn't hurt. I didn't
It
hurt.
was little. It
Yeah, yeah.
was
Well, I
little.
didn't hurt. I didn't even know it was a heart attack. Like really, I didn't. I got up that morning. I was doing my laundry. It was chore day, and it was really hot, and kept sweating. So I would put my face in front of the air conditioner and let the air blow on me, and it wasn't cooling me down. It wasn't stopping me from sweating so hard. And I had like this ache from shoulder to shoulder. It went right across the back of my neck. It was just like an ache. It was just making me kind of do this. And but I don't know. I just felt like I was going to go to sleep at any time. So I went out there. The people I rent a room in a house, and the people I rent from, I went out there and sit down in their kitchen. I was like, "I think I need you to call a squad." And the older lady, she called the squad, and I heard her talking to him. She goes, "He might be having a heart attack. He looks pretty funny." I'm like, "Shit, I look funny," you know, because I didn't feel nothing other than a dull ache, and I was sweating. Like I didn't
Mhm.
feel none of that stuff, man. That was wild. It was a little heart attack, you know. I didn't even know I had problems breathing. They took me to the hospital and put me on the table and went into my arm to do the stent thing. And then he looked at me, he said, "Okay, I'm going to put the stent in place. I'm going to count back from 5. And you should feel better." And he counted back from 5. And when he got to 1 and released it or whatever the hell he did, it was like I just took a big deep breath that I didn't know I even needed. Like I didn't know my breathing was so
Wow.
low. I didn't realize it.
Hmm.
I didn't feel it. You know, I didn't recognize any of that.
Wow.
Kind of busy having a
Uh,
heart attack, Mom.
All right, so Unartha says, my mother sprang her major surgery on me the day before. It was quite panic inducing. At the same time, I did chemo by myself because it was much easier to manage just me, so I get it both ways. Yeah.
It is. It is. You don't want to. You're getting ready to do something. You don't want to be answering a bunch of questions. You don't, because they're going to ask you everything. You know, what's the prognosis? Like, what's the odds on it turning out good? What's the odds on something bad happening to you? And it's like I don't want all that in my head. I just want to let me focus on what's in front of me. Get there.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor do his thing. I'm good at being alone, so I'll go to my happy place in my head. I did that with my neck. I did that with my neck. I was scared to death when I went in with my neck back in March. Like they were operating
Mm-hmm.
on my spine. Like,
Yeah.
in my brain, you miss a little something, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And they had to go beside my trachea and in between my trachea and my said artery, carotid artery. They had to go in between. So I'm thinking, okay, not only do I got to worry about him not messing my spine up, but if he nicks my trachea or my artery, like that's
Yeah.
it was scary. It was, but I didn't want to talk about it. I just let me get to the hospital, let me check
Yes.
in, let me go in here and trust the doctor's going to do what he does, and I'm just going to go to my happy place. And I went there by myself. I had my uncle take me because I couldn't drive, but he dropped me off. I walked in, limped in the hospital, and went and had the surgery. And then 4 hours later, I limped out of the hospital and got back in his truck and went back home. That was
Wow.
it. That was it.
Man. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. I'm an old dog though. I just want to go off to the woods and die alone. I don't want a big spectacle. I don't want a big spectacle. I don't want a big thing. If you want to do anything, go to the local bar and have a party at night and drop some liquor on the floor for me, in my name. Like I just want to go off into the woods and just lay down and do it on my own. Go sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That seriously, that's just I don't know. I'm not, like I said, my perspective is probably not the right one to ask when it comes to loneliness because I just life and experience and age just has me seeing it different. I can understand it being difficult on younger generations because the entire generations grew up with technology, grew up communicating that way.
Yes.
So I
Mm-hmm.
can, I didn't have that, at the beginning. We actually went out and met people and you had to go hang with them. And that's the only way, you wasn't allowed on
Mm-hmm.
the phone but for a couple minutes. I could call Tim and ask to see if Tim was home, but I couldn't stay on the phone. Somebody might call.
Just long enough to say, can you
Might be something
play? Come
important.
outside. Can you play? Come outside.
Be on the
You still with me? Oh, Clint froze. Clint is frozen, but luckily he's not
That's
in a
that would be
weird.
that would
There he is.
there I am. Yeah,
Luckily, you
one
look
of us
completely
get
normal.
me normal. Imagine that.
No, like
Well, I'm
sometimes.
going to let you get back to your show because I'm commandeering your
Oh,
show. Oh, well, I ain't got to. I mean, don't. I mean, I just it's your show, and I want you to be able to pull your cards and do you. I didn't want to take it over. I just want to come and make you smile a little bit.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It was
Oh, you're
fun.
welcome.
Thank you always for coming up.
Yes, ma'am. I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me up. And yeah, I'm gonna get back down and chat. And probably go make something to eat real
Sounds
quick.
good.
My backbone. I'm hungry.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll,
All right. Well, thank you.
I'll see you later, hon.
All righty.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was good, you guys. See, our friend Clint. All right, so let's see here. Debs. My mom calls me in Atlanta from New York to tell me she cut her toe with the lawnmower. Wow, that was a trip, but gave instructions and called 911. Oh my gosh, out of control. Yeah, she snuck a back surgery in without telling me, though. I was mad. I kind of feel like that. Like I get mad when my parents don't say that they have important things going on like that they glaze over it, because then it makes me feel like I should do the same thing. So my son asks me, "Are you going to call grandpa?" And I'm like, "No, what are you, crazy?" But that's because, since that's how they handle it, then I think I need to handle it that way too. So it's pretty crazy. You should have a regular chat for us over 50 folks. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Lucy, you're still here. Good. Okay. All right. I've always loved living alone for the most part, but I'm downright isolated nowadays and I need help. Oh, I can help you. I'll help you. I live with parents separately from 12 on, long distance. Fam. Yeah, I get that. Being alone and loneliness are not the same. Loneliness is a feeling. Yes, like there's a difference there. Like I'm alone all the time, but like the feeling of loneliness, that's not something that I feel quite often. Um, yeah, I agree. That's very, very true. Hey Bill, how are you? I have a open panel if you want to come up, all right? I'll drop the link. It's been a while since we had a chit chat. I like you two together. Oh, yeah. Clint's a good guy. It's hard to trust just any service or health help. Yeah, I totally agree. I saw some good people there. I saw some people that I'm like, you shouldn't be here. You should not be here. All right. 12 here too, Debs, when parents separated and divorced. I was 17 when my parents separated. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And it was nice reading for Marlon, or not Marlon, Michael Stevens came up and I was able to read for him live. So that was pretty cool too. I always love the chance to do that. You don't, I love to do the readings, but you don't often get a chance to read for somebody live and get their feedback live, right? And then gives them the opportunity to ask questions. Because sometimes, it's hard to interpret words on the screen. Like sometimes you might think, like, oh, but yeah. Oh, Mary Wins is here. Hi, Mary. I didn't see you. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Keep your kids in the loop. 10-4 will do. It's hard, but doable. Yeah, yeah. This one time when I was living in Seattle, I learned 2 weeks later about a fender bender my folks got into. Yeah. And by then it's like, really? Like you couldn't, like you didn't think that I would want to know? Like you didn't think that that was important? So yeah, that hits home for me because then it makes me feel like, well, like I don't get it. Mary wins. Woo-hoo. Awesome. All right. My glasses broke. That's okay. You can come on. You can come on without your glasses. Yes, it was. It was. We should do this more regularly. Oh, Anna, that's so nice of you to say. We have a lot of regulars that come here. So today I'm using StreamYard. Usually I stream on YouTube. When I stream on YouTube, I get a lot more people that are coming in to ask for readings. But I knew I wanted to do open panel today. So I decided to do StreamYard instead because it helps like with the number of trolls. You don't get as many as when you do it. And yeah, I would say that everybody that comes into the chat to hang out, you know, they're very good people and, you know, they just want to help each other out. They just want to help each other out. Reach out when you need to or when you don't. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. I'm on Discord. You can reach me anytime you want. I'll come up in a few minutes. All right, Bill, that's cool. Let's see here. Yeah, makes you feel left out and mad because they just don't want us to worry, I guess. Yeah, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like, dude, seriously, I wasn't important enough to be included in the communication. What the hell? Got to wrap up here. End of workday. This was a great. Oh, all right. Well, I don't know how long your drive is, but be careful on your way. Safe travels. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just said that. I just said that. What do you say when the other person said the same thing that you said? I forgot. It's not ditto, but you know what I mean. Hi, Ben Bacon Bits. Ben Bacon Bits. How are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Let's see. Over and out, good buddy. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I think it's important at times like this to express undying respect for whoever Elizabeth's principal was. I spent a lot of time at the vice principal's office. That is true. Yeah, Debs, of course. You want to come up on the screen with me? I'll pull a card for you. I'll pull a card for you. I know you're going to say general, but like, what is it? Jinx. That's what I was trying to think of. Yes, that's the word, jinx. I'm happy to pull a card for you. So let me know. I think, is it oracle? Do you feel like an oracle card would be best? Are you looking for a spirit message or just whatever? I guess I got to get caught up in the chat so I can see your response. Let me see here. I would love that too. Okay, yeah, Karen and Debs. I'll do both. Jinx. Yeah, that's what I meant. Jinx. You pull a card for me and Karen. Yes, Oracle. Yeah, Oracle's good. Oracle feels good. You can totally do Oracle. Let's do a mix. That'd be fun. We could do a mix of the 3 oracles. Sharbatty, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. Have you been busy? Do you want to come up and say hi? I dropped the link in the chat. You want to come up and say hi? Let me know. That'd be fun. All right, so I'm going to use my dream ritual. Been a little crazy, miss you. Oh, I miss you too. Let me know if you, Karen and Debs wanted me to pull an oracle card message for them. So I'm going to do like a combo. I'm going to do the dream ritual cards and my spirit guide cards, and I'm going to do ascension, soul tree ascension, spirit message. Okay. Absolutely. I'll put that deck there in the middle. All right, Debs, are you going to come up? You should come up. You should come up. This is Such a good deck. I have to be very careful with it because it is now out of print. Okay. I just wanted to say hi and give you my love. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that for sure. Thank you for stopping in. Love that. All right. We're going to do this reading for, let me go over here to started it. Where's the link at? Right there, Bill. All right, so I'm gonna pull a message. This is gonna be for Debs. Ooh. Oh, okay, yeah, try, because that would be nice. Oh, this is pretty. Oh my God, I'm so happy I'm doing it this way. To click on the link, you have to hit the like button on the live. Then on your phone, you go down and you hit your profile and you look at your liked videos and then go in through there and then the links work. I should have pinned that when Clint said that earlier. Let me see if I find that comment. I'm gonna check real quick. Let's see. Clinton. He's like, be prepared, I'm on my way. I'm getting close. Where is it? It's too difficult. I look like crap. Okay, all right, we can skip then. I'm gonna look for that comment because those instructions were perfect. I just need to save that forever. Save it to infinity. Where was Clint's comment? I feel like I passed it already. Oh, darn. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, there it is. Boom. Okay. It sounds difficult, but it really is not. Oh my God, yes, I just saw that. The hell. Oh, they changed it. Oop, there it is. Ooh. All right, Debs. So give me a minute so I can sit with this here. All right, Debs. This is for you. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I'm sure you look fine. I'm sure you look fine. All right, Debs. This is what I'm getting for you. So the first card is actually so beautiful. It says, all the blessings everywhere. This is card 32. Look at how beautiful that is. All the blessings everywhere. Okay. Now, this says gifts from the universe. Synchronicity. It's almost like um hey Bill, how are
There we
you?
go. Not
Yeah,
bad.
good.
Not
All right,
bad.
let me I'm gonna wrap up this reading for Debs, and you hang tight there.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, so it's like Debs, like you're surrounded by gifts from the universe, but like you see here, the eyes are closed, right? And so I get the sense that you don't see what's around you. You don't see what's around you. We got this card here, the unknown. It's like a void. Maybe you're feeling like you're in a void at times, or there's too much going on, and so um, you have a hard time connecting. Um, the last card that came out is right here, passion. But because of the other cards, the blessings everywhere, the unknown, and the empty swing, I almost get the sense that you kind of lost your oomph. You lost your passion, your spirit, your motivation to do things. But I do think like spirit wants to bless you, but you have to take that first step. Tell me if that makes sense. I'm gonna pause right there. All right, Bill. How you been, Bill?
Oh, not too bad, I guess. I mean, just regular life, old aging stuff, like having to have some teeth yanked out and shit like that,
Oh, you had toothache?
No, I had a tooth that went bad, and
Mm.
so they had to pull one out. So it sucks, I think it's like the third tooth I've had pulled out. But who wants to hear about that kind of BS,
How are
Yeah.
you? How's everything on the channel?
Well, I haven't really actually done too much on this channel for it seems like for a long time.
Wow.
But I've been doing the other channel often. It's it's like I got burned out on doing art.
Mm. Were you doing art mostly for the channel, or was some of it for sale?
Well, whatever.
Like a little of both?
Yeah.
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 All right, let me
Well,
respond to Debs real quick here. So she says, I feel exactly like that, like a void, but I know I have protection, and you do, because you have this here, and it's just surrounded by blessings, all the blessings everywhere. Let's see, that was card 32. Let me see what we have here. Yeah. Gifts from the universe, synchronicity, unmerited grace, not comparing your life with others. Wow. Not comparing your life with others. The opposite of judgment and condemnation. So it tells you right here, sometimes life just seems to work out. When you stop wanting or worrying or chasing outcomes or fussing over this and that, life has a way of settling into a groove. Cycles of good fortune enhance your experience, offer you opportunities, and allow you to prosper so you can share your gifts with others. Pay attention to all the blessings everywhere in your life, and you will surely see them multiply. So that's very auspicious. Hopefully that helps you, my friend.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let me
Well,
see.
hello, Lucy. I saw you there. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really tried to do like one of these things until because the last time I tried to do one of these things is that they got somebody showed their wanger right on the
Oh,
yeah.
wow. And what
Essentially,
happened?
well, essentially what happened is that I deleted the upload, and
Mm-hmm.
then so then it was like, well, if you're just the trolls are just gonna oh, this is open season here, sorry for interrupting the reading.
No, I just wanted to show her the card because she really liked the lotus flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. Hey, Lovey, how are you? Welcome in. Let's see here. It's coming back slowly. It's always someone else's plan for my day when I just want a day to do what I want. You nailed it. Okay. Sometimes you got to put you first, and this is hard because, like, it feels bad to say no to somebody else, but just remember that when you say no to someone else, you're saying yes to yourself. And I think that that's worth something. So, yeah. And
But
Lucy is here.
yeah, she is. I saw her there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tools of fortune, this is like how many questions I've gotten in the last few months.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy. That's a
Yeah, I
lot.
think for this year I have it's like double that amount for just this year. um, you know so that channel is doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah. That's
I'm
good.
gonna start losing hours this month, but then that's the way it is.
Yeah. You'll get there soon.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, but it's what it is. I understand now why Roots and Waves quit, though.
oh, do you?
Yeah, I can feel that. Why did she just but rather than just like taking a big break or something like that, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
of how demanding YouTube is. And
I mean, it can take over. Yeah, it can take over. Okay, Ben says not comparing yourself with others is huge. This is one of the goals of modern advertisement to get you to do that.
exactly.
There's
Compare
so
your
many rabbit holes. Yes, yes, so
Yeah.
many.
Well, yeah. I think with the way that YouTube is, I don't know that it really matters if you niche down, or if you're doing like if you do a variety show, if that really matters. But I do know that what does matter is if you're doing like regular live streaming, then you can do whatever content you'd like. But yeah, I don't know.
Bill, do you have time for me to pull an oracle card reading for Karen?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Oh,
awesome.
you want me to pull out a deck too? Okay.
Oh
So
yeah, you can if you want to.
yeah, I was gonna do Tools of Fortune tonight. I have like a and then what's the question?
She just wanted like a card, like a general card from Spirit, and she is a fan of oracle cards. So if you have an oracle deck, that would be
Oh, I
great.
got lots. Okay.
Okay.
Just a card for Deb. Karen.
Yeah,
Karen. Okay.
Karen for Karen.
All right. Well, you know what? I would like to ask Karen a question. Is if she would like to she wants a random card, but how about if she gives me a number between 4 and 105?
Ooh, Karen loves number games. All right, Karen, you want to give Bill a number from 1 to 5?
No. 4 to 105.
Oh,
It's for this.
4.
This is an oracle. This is an oracle.
Okay.
It's for an oracle.
Oh,
8.
so
Okay.
so-
All right. 8. Would you mind if I started?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. So this is the Oracle deck that I'm using. It's the Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and so she chose page 8. Okay, so empty and dark shall I raise my lantern, and the guardian of the night shall fill it with oil, and he shall light it also. These things he said in words, but much in his heart remained unsaid. For he himself could not speak his deeper secret. And when he entered into the city, all the people came to meet him, and they were crying out to him as if one with one voice. And the elders of the city stood forth and said, Go not yet away from us. At noontime have you been in our twilight, and your youth has given us dreams to dream? No stranger are you among us, nor as a guest, but our son and our dearly beloved. Suffer not yet our eyes to hunger for your face. And the priests and priestesses said, Untouch him, unto him. So what I'm getting from this, in a sense, is about making sure that you show your light. Show your light to others, whatever your light is. Don't hide your light. Don't hide your lantern. So if you look at like what would, if being this is a lantern, you might think this is like hermit energy of the hermit, and you're staring into that lantern. But this, in the sense of needing to not just you stare into your lantern, you want to show your lantern to others and be a lantern for others, and to share your voice with others. Because we see here, you enter into the city and people come to meet you. They come to hear your voice. They come to see your light. Make sure you show your light to others. Don't hide yourself. So that's kind of what I got from there.
That's awesome. All right. So, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, but Karen says that she loves that book and him. So
Yeah.
that was cool. All right. Debs is asking for the links to your channel. So if you have a minute, will you pull them and drop them into the chat?
Oh, Tools of Fortune. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a reading. I'm gonna do I think probably about. After dinner, whenever I finish dinner. But I watch the news hour every Friday night. Actually, I watch it every night. But the news hour comes on at 7, and I'm on the Pacific Coast. And then Friday is my special. I like Brooks and Capehart. I like their commentary. So I'll probably come on between 8:30 and 9 tonight.
All right. Yeah.
But let me give you a channel link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like Debs and Karen were just talking about solitude as well. All right, Anna is dropping. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm glad that you came and shared space, and I hope that you come back again soon.
Okay, let's take Tools of Fortune, and I will give you a copy of that.
Karen says, that's amazing. Thank you. And she said, I used to read Khalil Gibran all the time through the 70s.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, that book came from my grandmother. I got it. She was just a little one. Well, there's the link. I don't know if you can access it or not, but
the link is there. Yeah. All right. So let me share my cards for Karen. I feel like there's a bit of a synchronicity with what you got from your reading for her. And I'm going to show the card here. It says the consequence of fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of the consequence of fear, of allowing fear to creep in. And so the card says contraction, which, by the way, Karen, this is card number 20. Contraction, the frequency of fear. You know, how often are we in that, allowing us to get into that space where we're feeling fearful? Self-fulfilling prophecy, because remember that thoughts become a thing. Like, that's how it all starts. So if you're allowing fear in, then it takes root in there, and then it manifests through the things that we do. So we have to be aware of that. So the supporting cards, we have authenticity. I think this is just saying, be true to who you are, be true to your positive attitude, and you know, to your natural spirit, the way that you are. Wow, look at that. She says, I've been feeling fearful all day today. Yeah. No, I feel like this card, authenticity, come back to your center. You see that spiral in the middle? I feel like this is saying come back to your center. And also, because of the fact that this is red, I can't help but think that this is root chakra, right? This is saying come back, get grounded, center yourself, come back into your body, and just take deep breaths. Take deep breaths. And the last card that came up, I think you'll like this, is compassion. And I feel like this is talking about you. Look at that little dragonfly up there. I feel like this is saying you have to have compassion for yourself when you're going through times like this, because nobody's perfect. We all go through things like this. You know, we just have to remember not to be overcritical of ourselves, and to allow grace when we're having tougher moments. Yeah, you got the lotus again. Yeah, the lotus has come up again. It's really pretty. And dragonfly energy, which to me, that's always very special. So yeah, that's my card reading for you.
Well, I also pulled a card too, and I got the card reflection. And so if we look at the lantern, and I mentioned hermit energy, and you show your lantern, but this is a sense of being also spending time in reflection and reflecting upon your life. You know, you do your journaling or whatever it is that you need to do to try to figure out why do you feel the way you feel. And but of course you could be somebody who actually knows that stuff, and you're not like a me person who doesn't really know what the hell they're feeling. And
well, I mean, sometimes that happens, you know, we get disconnected from ourselves. So she says the dragonfly represents her sister, and she says the hermit, you mentioned that when you were reading, that's one of her usual cards.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yes. All right, so that was for the lovely Karen. And if there was anybody else that was wanting like a card pull, just let us know. Otherwise, Bill and I are going to get caught up. So Bill, tell me, how is, so you're thinking of going live on
tonight,
Tools of Fortune. And then what about the 999 show? Do you have time for one more?
I got time for another. I can do more. Okay. I do. I have to go make dinner soon, but well, I am on the other side of this wall. Here is a room that I'm cleaning out, and then I'm going to make it more like a studio space, and I'm going to do something different. But I also have like a project. I have we're coming into a heat wave, so I have a 10 by 15 wool rug that I need to clean. It smells like dog and cat piss and stuff like that. So I got to try to clean that, and you're going to get a stretch, because I don't know how long it's going to take to dry it. I'm going to try and clean it. And then also we have some nice weather. I got to pull everything in that room outside of the house, and then there's so if I'm successful cleaning this one rug, I have like 10 others to clean too. And
Wow.
All,
Yeah.
all like wool Persian like rugs, you know. But you know.
All right. Well, we're gonna pull a card for Mary. And I wanted to say good night to Lovey because Lovey is I want to say Lovey is in the UK, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning and she fell asleep. And that's okay. Sleep
Okay.
well.
So
Well,
if she wants one of a card, a page from here, it starts on page 4 and it goes to page 104. So you have to
okay.
remember it's over 100 pages long, and so you just kind of think in terms of what number, you know, what's the first number that comes into your head between 4 and 104?
All right. Well, I just dropped it in the chat. We'll wait for her
Not
to.
one. There's nothing on page 1. It's one.
Oh,
It's 4 and 104.
104.
Yeah.
I'll get it together.
She says 13. Okay.
13.
13. All right. 13. Well, 13. Well, you know, you just. $13. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 13 it is.
All right. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he shall descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He shifts you to free you from your husk. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire that you may become a sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure. And so with that number 13, I went into my major arcana deck and took the 13th card out, and that's the death card. And so that may not necessarily be that energy, but if we look at what is on the page of stripping you down and pulling all of your external things away and coming into that transformative state that exists here. And there was something that I was thinking about the other day about the 13th card. Oh, I forgot what it was. I'll have to go review that video to find out. But in a sense of becoming something new, going into the holy fire, and the holy fire stripping out all of these things, and so that you can pass through the moon gate. Oh yes, the moon gate, being that the sun moon gate being a place where your illusions are become illuminated. And I think that's part of, if you look at in the death card, and the death card and the moon card link, and that you are being those things are being stripped out of you. And that's kind of what that page showed me, or what it said, is that there's secrets in your heart, knowledge new knowledge, knowledge and life and love and knowledge coming manifest. But before that happens, you have to take the, you have to reveal the corn. You have to take out the husk. All the husk has to be pulled out of it, and so that's kind of this spirit that is here. It's kind of that. Sort of a transformative thing, so that you can pass through that gate, and then as you are passing through the moon gate, your other things are starting to bubble up in your life, and getting all those illusions, your fears, or all those things that seem so real at 2:00 in the morning, but really when the sun rises, they're not all that real.
Karen says she remembers that poem that you read too. And Debs says, then comes the integration.
The integration.
Yeah. Okay, here's Karen. Those were the words from the chapter where they say, tell us about love. And he said.
Yeah. Tell us about love.
Tell us about love. And he said. You found it?
Was that a different? Was that the one that I read from hers?
She said it's from the same chapter. The words that you just read were from the same chapter.
Oh, okay. So the last one I read was what, page 8?
What you just read, yeah. One. What was it that she picked? 13, page
13. Yeah.
Yeah. So that same chapter, she says it's from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Deb says she's releasing a lot of things these days, and Mary says, "Wow!" So I think that it's hitting home what you're saying. I have to agree wholeheartedly with this statement. Karen has such an awesome memory. Page 13. Page 13 is from love.
From love.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have any headers. This book is it belonged to my grandmother, and it was published in 1960, or she bought it. That's when this edition came out in 1960. But of course the copyright is 1923, so it's off of copyright by 2 years. I think you're 2 years off of copyright, so we don't. You can read it in public and not get like a copyright strike or something like that.
Okay, so she's asking if the first sentence says, "Tell us about love."
The first sentence on the first sentence on this section, it says, "Speak to us of love." And he raised his head and looked upon them, the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice, he said, blah, blah, blah. And then it keeps going on. Tell us of love. Yes, it says exactly that.
Okay. All right. You okay?
No, it's all right. It's just like a...
Deb says, you think we'd have less fear as we age, but now we have more. And I think part of that is because I think when we're young, we tend to be more fearless. We're more resilient. Like, things happen to us, but we move past them a lot faster. I think as we get older, we have more lessons. We've been through more things. We're more guarded. And so we fear a lot more.
Well, I guess also we become more rooted in your bodies. You become more used to this body, and so it becomes more of a shocker, like when you get a tooth yanked out, or you go to the doctor and say, oh, you got the beginnings of neuropathy, or you have diabetes now. And then you think, oh, there's strain on your kidney. I'm just me thinking, because that's all me. And I think, oh, well, this is how I'm going to die. of kidney failure, or I'm going to get my legs chopped off, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Karen says we feel immortal when we're young.
Yes, and that's why
All
they
right.
send young people to war.
Maybe. Well, I have the cards that I pulled for Mary. It was interesting that she chose 13 and that you pulled out the death card, and you were talking about this ending, because that has come up in two of the cards that I just pulled. I'm going to start with this one. This one says universe. And if you think about the universe in the tarot, right, that's usually the world card. And that's an ending, right? You've achieved a certain level of mastery, and now it's time to start something new. And the reason that I say that is because this card here says another chance to be. It's like a do-over. Like you have this opportunity to do it again. So here's the key words: reclamation, second chances, rebirth, emotional healing. So I think whatever it is that you feel is going on for you, just think of it as a chance to do it again, right? A chance to have a fresh start. You know, you have this card of the universe, right? I feel like this card is so expansive. Not only that you have the space to do the things that you need, but also I could see this as also you are being supported by the universe. You're being supported, you have space, you're pretty much being given everything that you need to make whatever it is happen. And I want to tell you the key words. By the way, your card is card number 36. 36. And let me see here.
9.
36. That's 9.
9.
So the magic numbers there, 369, right? And so you have the concepts for this card. I'm going to show it to you again. It's right here. But the concepts are regeneration, reclamation, reconstruction. That's another great way to think of it. Second chances, rebirth, or maybe even rebuilding things, emotional healing, finding peace, and opportunities after releasing. And I think you both were talking about that earlier, that you were working on releasing different things. Maybe it was somebody else. But when you release things, you create space for something new. And then the last card that I pulled was this beautiful card here, the card of gratitude. The card of gratitude. So that one is, as you could imagine, a reminder to keep gratitude in your heart. And let me see. Let me get the booklet out. I love this deck. I hate the guidebook because they didn't put there's no numbers. They didn't put anything in order. It's ridiculous. But here for this card, I'm going to show you right here, gratitude. So the qualities for this card are acknowledge, welcome, appreciate, respect, and love. And the mantra for this card, thank you for all my dreams. I love that so much. Thank you for all my dreams. Because now that I'm thinking about it, look at this card here. That looks like a little octopus on the top of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can see that.
And
maybe.
Octopus, remember, like this is an animal that these animals regenerate, right? If they lose a tentacle. So there's this whole idea of being reborn into something better, into like the idea of having the chance to do something again, to try again, to do things differently, to think differently, to invite gratitude into your heart. Because why? Because you have the universe. And hold on, because I want to tell you the little words, the key words that are in the booklet for universe. And we have all, and let me show you the card again right here. All encompassing, all that is, beyond space and time, greater than our imaginations, How do I view the universe, and what meaning does this card have for me? So something to think about. Yeah, Mary's in Tesla mode because she got the 3, 6, and 9. Yeah, that's pretty cool. She
Well,
said thank you.
You know what? You were talking about this. I actually thought while we were at it, I went into the 13th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and
Ooh.
that's Mem, and it goes between splendor on the tree of life. It's between splendor and eternity, but its meaning is of regeneration, creation, and regeneration. So this is sort of the theme that is between both of us here. We talk about creation and recreation, and also in a sense of surrendering yourself to your higher good. But that whole thing of new beginnings, your death and resurrections, or or those kinds of things. Your being, yeah. So it is. I find interesting, that there's a congruency here, between what the random card said and the non-random card said.
Absolutely. Thank you for hanging out, Mary, and thank you for letting us read for you. That was pretty awesome. All righty. Well, Bill, we're at 8:30. It's 8:30 here. That means it's 5:30 by you. You're gonna be
It
soon.
Oh, I'm just gonna make hot dogs.
Well, that sounds good. I'm gonna take a break because I will be on Truth Wave.
Wave soon.
Yeah, in about an hour. So yeah. I'll be back on my channel because we're streaming to both the channels now, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'll take a little bit of a break, refill my.
Well, then how are you doing then? You know, I mean, I don't know that I really answered your question, but but yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I had like a little bit of a health scare this week, but I'm on the right track and I'm getting help, and I have a couple of appointments next week, so I'll know more like when I go in to see, the doctors and such. But yeah, I feel good about how everything is right now.
Well, that's good. Is it like related to your metabolism, or not that you really need to say what, like a
to the ticker.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, so it's like that. It's like we hit it into our 50s, and then that's when the blood sugar issues really fully manifest if you hadn't been taking care of yourself, and most people don't. So and so, and then learning that you can make some pretty good pancakes out of red lentils and like almond milk, and then you add a little bit of vinegar in there, and it tastes like sourdough. You can make like pancakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then maybe add some protein powder or something but it behaves almost like you get it like I think it's like a 2-to-1 ratio to fluid to the it's like, that's what 2-to-1. And then you if it gets, you can get it to where it's like pourable. You have to cook at a real slow pace. You can't it's not like wheat pancakes where you can turn up the pan on high and then it works out, and then they're doughy on the inside, and so you want to make sure that the lentils cook. And so if you are like trying to control your blood sugar, and there are things you can't get rid of in your life, then you go to these alternative means of cooking and getting the weed out of your environment. Now, if you if you need wheat, then you go with einkorn flour, and einkorn flour has, especially the whole wheat version of it, it has the same carbohydrate loads as like legumes do, like somewhere around like 13 or 14 grams of carbs per serving. What I think is like a quarter cup serving. And so now, but whereas like regular, the other flour that you buy in the store is like 30 to 40. And so if that's one of your concerns, but I know it's a concern for most people, once they cross over like 40 years old is when you get that first blood test that tells you your blood sugar is on the high side. And then I think what is it with people? It's either the backache, it's either high blood pressure, or it's high blood sugar, and then sometimes it's everything.
Karen says Elizabeth just turned 39.
Yeah, just turned 39. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk about that kind of stuff. This is all stuff that I swore up and down that I would never talk about. When I remember when I was a teenager, and I heard older people talking about their health concerns, and I said, I'm never going to do that. Never going to do it.
I do the same thing, and I still find myself saying, back in my time.
Yeah.
My kids just look at me like, please, I don't want to hear it. I'm just like, back in my day, this would have been like this.
So what do you think of the facial hair?
I like it.
I was thinking, because I get one of the things that those comments that I really absolutely hate when they come into my chat is they say, "Oh, you got a face like you're on America's Most Wanted or something like that,"
Geez.
Or it's like, "Oh, you look like a pervert," you got a pervert's face, and I'm thinking, it's like, what is this? What is this? And I thought, well, maybe if I put facial hair on, I know what it is. I know what it is. It's the deep inset eyes. It's what it is. And
I think like people there, there's people that come with genuine interest to do things, and then there's people that come just to troll. And whatever. Like I had somebody earlier, you're so old. I'm like, okay, like, do you feel better now that you said that?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
And I get a lot of like old, and then I get a lot of like sexual comments, and it's just like, come on, like, grow up.
Well, yeah, it's like, yeah. Well, I got most of the, I got most of the words filtered out. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger, yeah.
Yeah. How are you? And Karen says she likes the facial hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I had facial hair before it turned gray, and I liked it, and I looked like a Jew, and then I would wear a black cowboy hat, and then people would think I was a Jew, and then I would go walk around town in Seattle, and people would say, "Oh, when was the last time you went to synagogue?" And I said, I don't know, never.
What's wrong with looking like you're Jewish?
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But it was like, but it would be like, well, I lived in the Jewish neighborhood, and so, but I have a little bit of it in my background, so it doesn't really bother me. But I think the way I answered the question was, I think maybe 500 years. I think that was when my people were persecuted by the church, and so they became a Christian so that they didn't get killed by the church. I think that's what happened. Yeah. Well, all right.
What they say here: Bill looks like a well-known Hollywood producer, gray hair and same face.
Well, yeah. I liked it better before my hair turned gray, and I also liked it better when I had a hairline that was, when I actually had, I had the hair and I could do things with it, or I could one of my favorite pictures was it when I looked like because I meant like an old metalhead, but I don't really listen to metal much anymore because I'm getting older. But
Mm.
during that time in my 30s and 40s, I was always going to metal shows, and so I would get with the beard, and I could get things tuned down there, so I could make myself look as evilly as possible, and um, but that was fun. That was a fun time, but it doesn't really work when your hairline is back up here, and then you get that Rob Reiner look or something like that.
Oh God! Well, somebody said he looked like a movie actor, and then somebody else said Spielberg, and then and then look at this. Where'd he go? He was more of a ball-busted type actor.
Yeah.
Ball-buster type. Oh, and so Karen's tip of the day: don't do a comb over.
I do comb overs. I when my hair gets a little bit longer, I will do the comb over.
Don't do it. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I have some I think it looks pretty cool. Then you just kind of comb it forward, and then people say, "Why don't you shave your head?" I said, "I'm not going to shave my head." When I was like 30, I went and thought I was getting a good deal, and I went and got the $5 buzz cut or something like that, and it was like really short. And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, I look like I just had chemotherapy or something like that." My hair fell out, and I'm thinking, I'm a little bit too vain for the whole shave your head thing, and I'll do the comb over thing though.
The comb over, that's even worse. Look, Karen says, no, nothing more gross on a man than a comb over.
Well, maybe I'll get my toupee. When my
Yeah,
I got my rocker wig over here, and I think I got that right here. I could put that on. Here it's like it feels like straw.
No, thank you. Keep the spam hat on.
I have my hat, my tinfoil hat.
Oh boy.
My tinfoil, I like that. Yeah, my tinfoil hat, and I got my wig, and yeah.
Hey John,
if it didn't,
welcome. Look what Debs says. Oh, Rogaine time too.
then I have to spend some money. I don't really want to spend any money on that. So.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. I think you just, shave it off and we're all good.
Or I'll just get a wig that doesn't itch my nose.
It's too hot for wigs. Don't you think it's too hot for wigs?
Not for YouTube. I mean, I'm not talking about in the normal world. Just wear a hat. I mean, just wear a hat. But if you're on,
take collagen. Take collagen.
Collagen. Yeah, comb over, wigs. Yeah, that's perfect. Tinfoil hats, all perfect for YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Karen says there are plenty of bald men out here who look awesome. I have dated 2 of them. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Look, John laughing. He's carrying on because he has a full head of hair.
Well, how old is John? Is he like 20 years old or something like that?
Oh, he's a spring chicken. John is a spring chicken.
Yeah, I mean that's Fatima's brother, John.
Yeah. Madeiros.
Yeah. He's got that heavy labor job of mowing lawns and gardening and getting on his knees and stuff like that, and doing all that stuff. And then he does those videos where they're going through town and he's giving commentary, and he's really funny.
He is. I enjoy his videos.
It would be nice to see it would be great if he could do if he had really good 5G service, and then he could do a live video like he did, because he'd probably get a lot more views, especially if he did it often and you were going through town like that, and doing the commentary that he gives, because he's very witty and
he is. He tells good jokes. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while he drops like a little nugget and I'm like, whoa, wait, I have to go back and rewind. Hold on. Did he just say what I think he said? So
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
really
And
cool.
yeah, it's like he watched too much South Park or something like that. And you know,
Maybe. I don't know.
maybe, but yeah. I mean, there's that, or what else? What I was thinking before I lost it out of my head. But yeah, I like his stuff. His
He
sense
said,
of humor. Oh, that's right. Because then he'll talk about taxes and what are my taxes going for? You know, other than the basic services. But then there's like other things, and then what about the? Then you really realize when he's talking about it about Canada and thinking, oh. Every country has the same damn problems in one fashion or another with their politicians and how crooked they are or whatever. And and that's the other thing I get, what I really appreciate listening to John, because we down here and we when we look at Canadians, we kind of think of them as being way more innocent and they have like this perfect country and there's like no problems are going on up there, but that's really not the truth at all. It's just, I don't know if that
well,
makes any sense.
John made a joke. He said he was going to be 999 soon, but then
999. Yeah.
He's going to be 60 this December. I feel like that's impossible.
He's going to be, man, he's older than I am.
I don't know.
I'm going to be 60 in two years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Deb is asking, help me out. The guy on Jaws that was short with the gray hair.
Richard Dreyfuss.
That's what Karen said. And then
Richard Dreyfuss. I think no. Was it this? Was it the same guy who played in? I remember watching Jaws when I was a kid. My mom, my sister, and I we begged my parents to take us, and they went. They immediately regretted it because of the nightmares that came afterwards. I remember some of those nightmares of going to bed and seeing sharks swimming around the bed and everything, and then like for 6 months or something, we were sleeping by the parents, and both of us were, and they were like it was Richard Dreyfuss was one of that was the guy. We have Rod Schneider. Yeah. So that was like but then I watched Jaws the other day, and then what was so scary about this film? It was scary. It's scary when you're like 8 years old, of course, And
I saw it. Like I went to the theater to see it, and it was like a 3D version. So I remember having the little paper glasses. Yeah. Karen says she loved Richard Dreyfuss and she wanted to marry him.
Oh. Yeah, I've been thinking of how many of the what crushes that I had on was.
Your birthday's right around the corner, Ginger.
Yeah.
June 24. That's right around the corner.
Was it Liv Tyler, Sandra Bullock, and there was another one that looked like the one that played. I think Liv Tyler. I think Liv something or other. That was like one of them. Mm-hmm. Oh, and especially the one that played in The Fifth Element. I really liked her, especially with her outfit. Djokovic or whatever her name was.
Karen loves them in The Goodbye Girl. Did you see The Goodbye Girl?
No, because it probably wouldn't. It looked like it might have been a rom-com, and I probably wouldn't have watched it.
Really?
I probably wouldn't have, unless it was like Ocean's 11. There was like some action in it. Mm-hmm. I am a very typical male for the most part.
Except for the comb over part.
The comb over. Well, actually, that's probably pretty typical male too, because of male vanity. Mia Jovovich, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, at least I never dyed my hair, right? Because there was like my hair, my barber when I was like 39, and I says, yeah, I'm gonna be 40, and you think I should dye my hair? And she says, no, I don't like this fussy men. And I said, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
You
it's a
know,
lot of work.
yeah.
When I
And
see
anyway, men don't necessarily have to do that because of there is, ageism in our workforce, but for women, it's a different story. They do have to keep up appearances for a long time. And,
I don't.
you
When I
don't, but
decided to stop coloring my hair, that was the best decision I could have made. I've never
yeah,
been happier. I've never gotten more compliments. So yeah, I feel good about
yeah,
that. But yes, ageism is a real thing and it's a problem for both men and women.
it is. And it's, but like my niece, my oldest niece, well, they have she has like what 13 states in her sales area. And so she
Mm,
spends she's like what, she's 35, I think. She spends a lot of money on hair in the salon and everything. And and just to keeping up appearances and making sure that she looks youthful or whatever. And it's really insane when you think about what women have to spend money on and when it comes to keeping up appearances, especially if
yeah.
they have those kind of jobs when you're like sales or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, you need to go take your break because I'm
I'm
like really
gonna say
holding.
yes. I'm gonna take a break because we're doing cards tonight, cards and meditation. So meditation. Well, we like talk crap for like 15 minutes. The meditation will start at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then by 10:45 we should be ready to start doing cards. So that's always a lot of fun. I love doing
Yeah.
card night. Card night is a lot of fun. We do that every 2 weeks. So yeah.
Well, give Victor my regards, and I know that he had some issue with his cat recently. I saw something. I think that was like a month ago.
Yeah, I will let him know. Thank you so much for coming up and joining me today. And thank you to everybody in the chat that was hanging out. This was fun. I haven't done this in a really long time. So I'm glad that we got to hang out and talk and do readings together. So yeah, lots of
Yeah.
fun. Thank you, everybody. And I hope that you all have a great night. Thanks for hanging
Yeah.
out.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.